being a representative. A little background about myself is I'm a third generation union carpenter. So my grandfather and my father were union carpenters, built a lot of residential homes here in Ventura County, LA County, Santa Barbara. The furthest they went all the way up to near San Francisco, and then all the way down to San Diego to go find work during that time. Again, like you've heard from Manuel and Desiree, is hey, it's a good living, it's a good opportunity. Myself is, hey, when I was going to school, my dream was, hey, I wanted to be an architect. That was like, okay, I want to go do that. Yeah, I always saw construction. My father and my dad were like always around it, but it was always kind of like, I want to go this way. And then at the time, it was the schooling system was like, hey, you have to go to college. You have to get a degree. You have to do this. Okay, cool. Have an opportunity. So, big thing for me was, hey, I played sports. So I ran track, played soccer, did football. I was like, hey, I'm going to continue doing that when I go to college. So I was going to, hey, I'm going to do 2 years at the junior college and then go up to a 4-year. Again, not planning it out correctly, not setting myself up, and found out that, hey, I like to hang out with my friends and partying more than going to class after I graduated high school. So second year over at BC, my parents were like, hey, nothing's for free. So get back to work. So I came back into the trade. I was 20. So fast forward, finished my apprenticeship. My background is I did heavy highway infrastructure projects. So bridges, highways, retaining walls, box culverts, worked on wastewater treatment plants, and then also worked on a power plant. But that was my background. So just heavy highway structural concrete. And again, it was just, hey man, I enjoyed it. I like the camaraderie. And like I said, who's plays sports? Soccer, football, track, wrestling. Hey, it's the same thing out on the job site. You have to have that, hey man, we're all out there trying to get the job done, competitive. And like I said, that was one of those guys that like, hey, I showed up, I did my 8 hours, and I was done. And it kept me busy because I was one of the assets of being on the team of my company was, hey man, he shows up every single day, he has the right attitude, he's coachable, he's willing to learn new things. And then like I said, I know you guys have this probably prompt over on in the wood shop, but these are big things. These are things that we always talk about, and especially even our own apprentices. We always tell them like, hey, can you be on time? What's being on time mean? By chance, what is being on time?
15 minutes early before
Okay.
the time they have to be there.
Okay, yeah, 15 minutes? Okay. Typically, construction time is usually about 30 minutes because rarely it's within most of us drive anywhere from an hour. My furthest job was 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours away. So you have to kind of compensate of like, hey, it's gonna take me this long to get there. Maybe there's a car accident, or hey, maybe I get a flat tire. So it's gonna kill some time. So we always say about 30 minutes early. And like I said, most of the time when we talk to our apprentices and people coming into the trade, is like, hey, if I'm on the job site and I see an apprentice walking up, boots untied, stumbling out of his car, walking up to us, everyone's already at where they need to be at. Everyone's already was instructed of like, hey, the foreman, the supervisor was like, hey guys, this is what we're gonna be doing today. Hey, go. And we'll start, just walk to our sites and just kind of just get preparing ourselves. And then we see an apprentice walk out and he's just like stumbling out. And it's like, oh, where do I need to go? Well, first you go talk to the boss and then go from there. I've actually had an apprentice walk on the job site and showed up late. And I was like, hey, try again tomorrow. He goes, really? I'm like, yeah, you're not working today. You didn't show up. You're not giving me 110%. So go home, come back again tomorrow. Hopefully you show up on time. So again, like I said, just like I said, you see work ethic, effort, attitude, energy. And most of the time, like I said, when you go onto a job and you have those conversations, it's like, hey, you have to be engaged. You have to be, I'm ready to show up. I'm ready to freaking do 110%. And most of us see body language as being in the trade for so long, we can tell if someone had a bad night, stayed up a little too late, or hey, there's issues. And like I said, we'll have those conversations with those people, but we're here to get our job done, do the best, go 110%, and make everyone go home at the end of the day. Again, about education. Hey, if you want to continue your education, this is another platform for you. We don't say, hey, this is another 4-year university. We're going to teach you what you need to learn as a construction and as a carpenter, as a professional union carpenter. And then on top of that, we can actually help you continue your growth, because we just don't just, hey, I'm just gonna be an apprentice, or I'm just gonna be a journeyman. No, hey man, I wanted to be a foreman, I wanted to be a superintendent, I wanted to be a contractor, I wanted to own my own business. And we can actually do that. We can actually help you and create that pathway for you as you go. And I know two individuals that they own their own companies now. But we started as apprentices together, went through the program. Hey, they had an opportunity to go do that. And like I said, I never thought I was gonna be a representative. I never thought I would come up here and talk to apprentices, do outreach and stuff like that. But it was just another pathway I had an opportunity to do. One of the other programs that we have is with Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. So again, talking about furthering education, we actually have a program with them is to get them plugged in to our program as well. So they get to become apprentices over the summer and they get more hands-on experience.
So they'll be working out like project managers and things like kind of like.
Yeah, so it's anyone that's going in for like project managers, estimators, superintendents. I've had architects join the program, but again, it's just pathways.